So let's come to a nice, comfortable seat. Let's go ahead and scoot forward in the chair a little bit today. Just peek down at your feet. Let's land with our knees over our ankles, so our legs are about hip distance apart. If you had blocks available and you wanted a little support or feedback today, you could always take a block between your thighs or knees. You could also take a block between your feet. So that just kind of activates things a little bit. Not necessary. Some days it feels kind of nice. Some days it's a little much. And then let's give the shoulders a roll out here. Mine seem to be extra crunchy. Let's roll forward. And then allow the shoulders to roll back again. And then just release them back so it feels like a little cobra pose in your upper body. You have that stretch across your heart and chest. You're rooting down into your sit bones. You're lengthening tall through the sides of your waist. You have this nice, lovely tall seat. Allow your eyelids to close. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. And open your mouth. Sigh the breath out, let it go. Ha. Again, smooth, deep, full inhale. Sigh the breath out, let it go. Ha. One more time, smooth, deep, full inhale. Let it go. Ha. And then seal your lips. Start to inhale through your nose and then also exhale through your nose. You might be constricting the sides of your throat, so you're creating that ujjayi breath, so there's a little sound there. You don't have to overdo it, but it's definitely audible to you. If somebody were sitting next to you, they could probably hear your breath as well. And as you bring your attention to that sound of your breath and you let all of the background noise just drift away, just give yourself permission to really enjoy this sense of arriving on your mat, connecting with this stillness, and of taking a pause, assessing how you're feeling. It's been going on so far today. Where are you at right now? Maybe where do you want to be by the end of this practice together? Just a moment or two more here. Good. So on your next inhale, you can gently blink your eyes open. Let's just keep our hands exactly where they are, but let's move into a little cat-cow. So starting to warm up the spine. You're gonna inhale, rock forward on your sit bones. Elbows are gently squeezing in. You're arching in your lower back, your lumbar. As you exhale, you go in the opposite direction. So you rock towards the backs of your sit bones. You round, especially in the thoracic, the cervical spine, chin towards chest. Inhaling, finding that extension of the spine. Good. And then as you exhale, moving with your breath, you find that flexion of the spine. And continue here like this. And you're moving with the pace of your breath. Now you have a little control over that. You can always speed things up a little bit. You can stretch things out, slow things down. So every time we come to our yoga practice, we're always feeling a little different. There's different things going on. Energetically, we might need something different. So really explore what that is for you today. Honor that. So not only are you like bringing your attention to your breath right now, but you're also bringing your attention to your spine and to how it's feeling. Where are there places of ease? Where do things feel a little tighter, a little constricted? Just noticing. And then you also might be enjoying this idea of vinyasa that's happening. So vinyasa occurs anytime we connect a specific movement with a pose. It kind of feels like this rhythm that's in our body, which can be really nice. It can feel like a moving meditation. For a lot of us, it's actually easier to drop into a place of stillness when we're connecting movement with breath like this. It's kind of giving the brain a little something to do, a little something to chew on. Let's do a few more of these. All right, so come back up to a nice tall seat, and we're going to kind of continue with that movement, but we're going to make it we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to make it a little challenging. So go ahead and release your arms by your sides. We're going to inhale, stretch the arms out and up. And then just bend your elbows, grab elbows here. All right, and then we're going to just move back into our cat-cow. So it's going to feel a little more constricted, especially in the upper body. So inhale, rock forward. But you might feel more of a shoulder stretch here. As you exhale, round in. Inhaling, arching, so you feel that really nice stretch across your chest and that armpit chest area. Exhale, round in. Maybe you get a little more stretch. Tops of the shoulders, the cervical spine. And then just moving like this. A few breaths. Let's round in. Inhale up to center, and then just notice what arm is crossed in front, and then recross with the opposite arm in front, and then again, just continue like this. Few rounds, and you might be feeling those shoulders warm up here. A little heat, a little burn. Good. Come back up. And then go ahead and stretch the arms out wide, release them down. Good, and just take a couple of breaths here. You could even close your eyes if that feels good. You can kind of feel the blood settling back into the arms here. And then let's move into some lateral stretching here. So our side body stretching. So feel both sit bones pressing down. If you're using blocks and you want to continue using blocks, you're welcome to. If you wanted to get rid of them at this point, that would be fine as well. We're going to inhale, lean off to the right, stretch that left arm up and over. Nice. As you exhale, release that left arm down. And then inhale, side bend to the left. Good. Exhale, release. And then just continue like this. Again, your pace might be quite different than mine today. Kind of just take your own temperature here, see what you're needing. Some days it feels so nice to just slow things down, stretch things out. Some days we want to move a little faster. What's calling to you today? And then you're focusing on the side body here. How are things feeling? I think for a lot of people that don't have a regular yoga practice, if you're just kind of doing this, this can be really intense. But I think for most of us, this feels pretty good. It's an area that we target regularly. But that being said, sometimes it takes a minute to warm things up. And day to day, it's always going to be a little different. Good. So the next time you are side bending to the right, we're going to hang out there for a few breaths. See if you can release both shoulders down. Can you anchor more into that left sit bone? It's probably going to lift up a little bit. That's okay. And then can you find a little more twist so you're rolling those right ribs up? Maybe you're gazing up underneath that top arm and you're still breathing here. Good deep inhale. Exhale, release. And then inhale up and over to the left. And we hold here for a few breaths. So getting all of that nice extension through the right side. There's a little twist of the left ribs up towards the ceiling. You're anchoring down into that right sit bone as you just visualize rooting down there. Might get just like a micromillimeter more of stretch through that right side. And finally, you might be gazing up underneath that top arm. Deep inhale. And then exhale, go ahead and release. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my blocks for now. We might use those later. Let's get into our neck a little bit. So you can start in your mountain pose. If you need to refresh your posture, just go ahead and do so. You can just peek down at your feet again. Make sure that you got your knees over your ankles, legs about hips distance apart. And then let's just slowly start to release our chin towards our chest. Simple movement, not easy movement. For most of us, this first one of the day always feels rather intense. Back of the neck likes to grip a lot. As such, the shoulders try to get involved. They kind of creep up towards the ears to help things out. Can you soften them down? Maybe that means you need to lift your chin a little bit. And then return to that sound of your breath, that even breathing. And then let's inhale, lift our chin. Exhale, drop your right ear, towards your right shoulder. So you're going to start to feel a stretch on that left side of your neck. And being mindful of both shoulders, but especially the left shoulder on this side. Is it creeping up towards your ear? Can you soften it down? Breath smooth and steady. And then let's just kind of bring our gaze. So you're leaning your right ear towards your right shoulder, but then you're bringing your gaze, kind of your chin, towards that right shoulder. And it's just going to get into a slightly different spot in that left side of your neck. Trying to keep those shoulders relaxed as much as possible. Easier said than done sometimes. Good. So go ahead and just bring your gaze back to center. And then inhale, lift the head to center. And let's exhale. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And you're going to notice how of the stretching sensation moves to this right side. And then get curious here. How does the right side feel different in your body? And you keep softening that right shoulder blade down your back. What's going on with your breath? Just always periodically checking in with that breath. And then again, we're just going to kind of like turn our head another quarter. So the chin is tucked, but you're moving towards gazing out over that left shoulder. It's going to just shift where you start to feel sensation. And you can always back out if you like feel like you go too far. This side might feel a lot different in your body. All right, so just kind of bring that gaze back to center. And then inhale, lift your head. And then one more time, exhale, dropping your chin towards your chest. Maybe it's already feeling a little bit easier. It might not be. That's perfectly acceptable as well. But things might be starting to release. These muscles in our neck that hold up the skull, the brain, they do a lot of work. They're pretty small relative to the load they carry. So they do get kind of tense, kind of tight. And always good to give them a little love. Let's inhale, lift our chin. Exhale, right ear towards right shoulder again. And then just tuck your chin here. Breath is smooth and steady. If this feels like enough stretch, stay here like this. If you wanted to release your left fingertips down, it's kind of like that arm becomes a weight, so it just intensifies things a little bit. The final step you might take here is to gently apply a little pressure to the top of your head with your right hand. Being really mindful about that. Some days we need it, some days we don't. And then regardless of whether you did that hand variation or not, just take your right hand to your cheek. Use the strength of your arm to help upright your head. Very nice. Hands can return to your thighs. Deep inhale here. And then as we exhale, we drop that right ear. That left ear towards our left shoulder. And then you can tuck your chin here. How is this side different? Is the breath still moving? If this is good, stay exactly where you are. If you want a little more, release your right fingertips down. And then if you wanted to, we didn't do that on the other side. Take your left hand and just add a little weight to the top of your head. You're welcome to do so. Couple more good breaths here. Let's all just use our left hand to our left cheek. Use the strength of your arm to help upright your head. Good, you can bring your hands to your thighs again. And then just like a little flow here. So as you exhale, chin releases down. And then let's inhale, lift. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Good. Inhale to center. So this is optional here, but if you want to inhale, let your head release back. Exhale to center. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, release your chin down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Good. Inhale, center. And again, optional, but if you want to exhale, release your head back. Inhale up to center. One more complete cycle. Exhale, chin towards chest. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Good. Inhale to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale up to center. Then exhale, release head back if you so choose. Inhale up to center. And then one more time, just give everything a little like roll out, maybe a little shake out. Just find a little movement to kind of let that go. And in fact, let's just take this into some little rolls in our pelvic girdle. So you can bring your hands to your thighs. Very nice, crisp. Start to just rock around, which always feels really good. This is not movement that we do a ton in yoga, so sometimes it can feel nice to kind of channel our inner belly dancer. And you can begin to switch directions here. Good. So let's just come back to our nice tall seat, our mountain pose. And we're going to move into some sun salutes here. Before we do that, let's just do a couple other things first. So we're going to kind of do like a cat-cow into a deep forward fold movement. So hands are on your thighs. Good. We're going to inhale, rock forward. So you got that arch, that back bend. Very nice. And then as you exhale, chin towards chest, and then maybe start to round all the way down. And let's just take a couple of breaths here. All right, so as we inhale, we're going to keep our spine rounded initially as we roll on up. And then eventually carry that back in to this cow stretch. And then we move towards a cat stretch. Exhale, round in, chin towards chest, forward fold. And then inhale. Roll on up, make your way into your cobra. Good. Exhale, chin towards chest, rounding all the way down. Inhale, come in to that cow stretch. And then from here, let's just rock back to the center of our sit bones. Release your arms by your side so we have our nice mountain pose. On your inhale, you can reach arms out and up or forward and up. That depends on what feels good. Sometimes that's determined by the space that you're in. As you exhale here, you can swan dive in, or again, you might just kind of do that roll down. It's like a cat stretch down into almost a modified child's pose. From here, you might take your hands to blocks. You're going to inhale, extend your chest to forward. Your gaze comes forward. Your hands might also be on your shins or your thighs. Beautiful. As you exhale, round back into that deep forward fold. And then inhale. You can roll all the way up. You can reverse swan dive out. So lots of ways to mix up these sun salutes. Palms press overhead, gaze up. And then you exhale. Release your arms down. Good. Inhaling, taking up lots of space. As you exhale, roll on down to your Uttanasana. Good. Inhale, you lengthen forward, Ardha Uttanasana. So we're back bending here. We're getting that extension of the spine. Exhale back into the flexion of the spine, rounding in like the cat pose. And then inhale, we come on up. There's a little back bend here. Good. As you exhale, hands come together at your heart. So these sun salutes, it's just a series of extension and flexion of the spine. So it's like a little fancier cat-cow kind of. You could think of it that way. We're going to do a few more. Reaching up. And as you exhale, you fold in. You're feeling very graceful and spacious and fluid. Inhale, lengthen forward. Good. Exhale, fold back in. Make your way back to your extended mountain pose. You might gaze up and press palms at the top. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's do 3 more of these on your own. I'm not going to cue you. You're welcome to follow along with me. Maybe you just want to go at your own pace. You're always welcome to close your eyes in these. Sometimes that can feel really nice. You do just want to make sure that you feel stable and secure. Sometimes closing the eyes can challenge the balance in a different way. And you're really connecting to that sound of your breath. It's your soundtrack here. It's your music. These look lovely. And there's absolutely no rush here. If 3 feels like too many and you just want to sit quietly or return to just your classic cat-cow, you're always welcome to do that. And when you're done with your 3rd round, you're just going to pause with your palms together at your heart. You could close your eyes here if they're not already. You're doing a little mini check-ins. We're about halfway through class. How are you feeling? What has begun to shift for you? Good. Let's gently blink our eyes open. Release your arms by your sides. We're going to keep our legs exactly like this. So just in our mountain pose. Inhale, take the arms out wide. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other. Really activate the arms from muscle to bone. Exhale, little twist to the right. Inhale to center. Good. Exhale, little twist to the left. Really generating this movement in the upper body. Inhale back to center. Good. Exhale, twist to the right. And let's hold here. Extend out through your fingertips. Root into your sit bones so you're nice and tall. And then as you exhale, release your hands down. So right hand will grab a piece of chair behind you. Left hand might come to either leg. They're both good. A lot of that just depends on how your spine is feeling, how twisting feels in your body. Can you draw your shoulder heads back? Can you think a little cobra pose in your upper body? And then really put a little emphasis on your inhale. It's harder to fill up here when we're twisting our body like this, when we're constricting that rib cage, the lungs. Do your best. Try to get a little breath into those like outermost edges of your lungs that are a little compressed right now. And then you might be moving towards bringing your gaze out over your right shoulder. Good deep inhale. As you exhale, unwind, come to center. We're going to take our left foot, you're going to maybe move it over a little bit, and then we're going to cross our right thigh over our left. And if this doesn't work in your body for whatever reason, you can just basically repeat what we did. But we're going to come into the twist now with our legs in this configuration. We're just going to see how that feels. So as you inhale, arms reach out and up. Again, exhale, little twist to the right. Inhale up to center. You can think outer hips really squeezing in towards each other. Exhale, little twist to the left. Good, inhale back to center. And then exhale, little twist to the right. Really extend out, press into your sit bones, get nice and tall. And then again, release the hands down. So for me in this configuration with the legs, I find that I get a little more twist in the lower body, the lumbar area. Maybe that is true for you as well. Might feel a little harder to get the thoracic involved. Can you feel that lift of your sternum up, even as you're pressing your shoulder heads back and feeling your shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other? And then again, can you really send your breath on that inhale to those, the places in the lungs that are a little constricted? So you're getting these full deep breaths as much as possible. And then let's go ahead and bring our left hand kind of to that like sternum area, and then right hand can press into your left hand. And then if you wanted to hinge forward here, you might be able to hook that left elbow to the outside of that right knee or thigh. So we finding some extension, especially through that left side of the waist. Very good. Breath is smooth and steady. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, go ahead and come back to center. And then let's just take a little forward fold here with your legs like this. So rounding in any amount. Blocks are great here. They just help to bring the floor a little bit closer. Your chin is releasing towards your chest. We're getting this flexion of the spine, rounding in. It's like our cat stretching. Can you think a little bit of that idea? So as you start to roll on up, so you're kind of rounding your spine all the way up, and then you start to stack your vertebra on top of each other. And you might find that you get a little head rush coming up after that deep forward fold. Really nice. Let's uncross this right thigh. So just coming back to this basic shape, Tadasana, mountain pose. Releasing your arms by your sides. Inhale, take the arms out wide. As we exhale, little twist to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, we twist to the right. Good, inhale, we come back to center. Exhale, we twist to the left. And then really extend out. It's like you have giant wings here. Then release your hands down. This side might feel different. And with this front arm, it could be on either leg. Kind of just depends on how this twisting feels in your body. Can you press your shoulder heads back? Lift your sternum up. Root down into your sit bones. And then just taking some really nice deep inhales, trying to fill up. It's getting to the outermost reaches of those lungs. Gaze is soft and gentle. You're really just seeing what's in front of you. Couple more good breaths here. Good. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, go ahead and unwind back to center. And then again, we're going to basically revisit that, but we're going to change the configuration of the legs. So we're coming into our eagle pose legs. So you might have to move that right leg off to the left a little bit, and then you can cross your left thigh on top. So still pressing into both sit bones. You can just visualize these outer hips squeezing in. Imagine that you have like corn cob holders just poking in and keeping you steady. They don't hurt, I promise. The imaginary ones. All right, here we go. We're going to inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, twist to the left. Good. Inhale to center. Exhale, we twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Reach out, feel really expansive, and then release your hands down. And again, notice how the sensation in the pose changes a little bit when we mix up the legs. So you might be feeling things more acutely in your lower back. You might feel like the thoracic, the upper spine has gotten a little tighter. You're still trying to fill up on your inhale. Breathe into all the places. The shoulder blades are squeezing in towards each other and releasing towards your sit bones. And of course, you're always welcome to stay here, but if you wanted to bring that right palm towards your sternum, and then left palm presses into right palm, so you can really vigorously press the arms, so kind of activating things, and maybe just that helps you to wrap those right ribs around a little more. Stay here if you want to hinge forward and hook that elbow to your thigh. So right elbow to left thigh, and then just really firm that left palm into your right palm. And again, so we vary the pose a little bit, but we start to feel sensation in different places, which can be really nice. It can also be really intense. That's okay. Just breathe into that. We got a couple more breaths here. Good. So on your next exhale, just go ahead and start to unwind, and we're going to take that forward fold. Doesn't have to be deep. You kind of just be resting your belly on your thighs, using your hands there. If you did want to release your fingertips to your blocks, you're welcome to do so. Kind of letting your chin drop towards your chest. So we're finding our flexion in our spine. We're rounding. It's like that cat stretch. We're breathing. That breath is smooth and steady. And then again, keep this rounded feeling as you slowly start to roll on up. And then you're going to eventually start to just stack the vertebrae on top of each other. So it's like you're growing your spine back to that nice, tall, neutral position. And again, you might get a little head rush coming out of that. So just take a breath or two here. Good. Let's uncross this left thigh. Let's find our Tadasana, our mountain pose, our home base. And then let's just get into the hips again with a little twisting here. So couple options on the hips. Number one, you could just stay here exactly like this. If it is available to you, you might cross that right ankle above your left knee. If there is tenderness in your right knee, you're going to flex this right foot. That's just going to help to engage the muscles around the knee, protect that joint. We never want any pain there. So the other variation that you could take is to simply walk this right leg out any amount. So we're looking for that external rotation at that right hip. So both are great variations. And in fact, they kind of stretch in some similar areas, but also different. So you're always welcome to play around and see what feels better in your body today. We do want this right knee to be over right ankle if you're taking this variation. If you want a little more here, you might gently press that right hand into your thigh. So it's kind of like you're using the strength of your arm to press that right knee back. So you're finding a little more hip opening. If you're in the seated version of this, so the seated pigeon version, you can press your right hand down in that right thigh. So both just ways to kind of up the ante a little bit, encourage a little more release, a little more stretch. And then breath is smooth and steady, always just checking in with that breath. So it really is kind of like the through line of our yoga practice, really threads all the poses together. All right, wherever you're at, let's inhale, take the arms out wide. Exhale, twist to the right, stretch out, and then release your hands down. So this is going to look a little different for all of us. If you're in the seated version, your left hand could literally be anywhere on that right shin. We've done a lot of twisting, so this might be feeling pretty good. It might actually come to the outside of that right leg. It might even do that here in these warrior two leg variation. Also fine if that hand just rests on that left leg. So really put your brain into your sit bones here. Keep using the leverage of this front hand against whatever it's reaching on. And then we're going to take this right arm up and over. So we find that side stretch. This is almost like a little reverse warrior pose. We still got some of that twisting action, but then we're also getting that side stretch feeling as well. You could be gazing up underneath that top arm. Can you kind of soften those shoulder blades down your back a little bit? Good, nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, just make your way out of your twist. You're going to come back to center. And then let's just take a forward fold here as well. So this is going to feel different with the legs externally rotated, the right leg externally rotated. It's going to intensify the hip stretch that you feel. Doesn't matter how far down you come, but again, you have your blocks that you can use if you want. Back of the neck, nice and long. Chin is releasing towards your chest. And then again, like that little rag doll. So thinking that cat stretch, staying nice and rounded. And then rolling up, stacking your vertebrae on top of each other. Beautiful. And then let's find center again here. This side might look different. So your options are, once again, find that external rotation. Doesn't matter how much this leg opens. You can take your left hand and press that thigh gently back. You also might be in the seated version of this. So crossing left ankle above right knee, and then perhaps gently pressing down. If the hip is feeling really tight, you might not need any extra. I mean, it always bears repeating. Every time we practice, our bodies feel a little different. So what we did last time might not be on the table for today. So we're always modifying. We welcome that. Good. Let's inhale, take the arms out wide, feeling those shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other. As you exhale, twist to the left, and then release, hands down. It's going to look a little different depending on the leg variation that you're doing, depending upon how the twisting feels in your body. Filling up on your inhales. As you empty out on your exhales, you might find that you can twist in a little deeper. Might just be, a micromillimeter more. Good. So from here, going to stay in your twist, but you're going to stretch that left arm up and over so we get that side stretch as well. A little reverse warrior. This could even intensify things in that left hip. You might be feeling more stretch. So just noticing what's going on. Couple more good breaths. All right, you're going to just make your way out of this. And then we take the forward fold on this side. Again, does not need to be very deep, but you're going to find as you forward fold in any amount, it's going to intensify that hip stretch that you're getting on your left side. Notice if you do start to grip anywhere, a lot of times when a stretch is intense, that happens in the face and the jaw, so we clench the teeth, so soften there. And just keep your chin nice and tucked, your spine rounding, start to roll up, and then stack the vertebrae on top of each other, starting from the bottom all the way to the top. Good, maybe feel that little head rush. Come back to your mountain pose, to Tadasana, and we're going to move into our Viloma I breath, our 3-part breath. So go ahead and find a really nice, comfortable seat. Of course, if you're not feeling breath work today, or if we move into it and it's just not, feeling right, you can always just sit here quietly. So let's all take a nice deep inhale together. And then a full, complete exhale. So feel completely empty, maybe squeeze the air out, and then inhale up to your belly button, pause the breath. Inhale up to your floating ribs, so another third of the way, pause the breath. And then inhale all the way up underneath your collarbones, feel your sternum gently lift, you're pausing the breath. And then exhale the breath out through your nose. When you reach the bottom, just take a couple of recovery breaths. Good, nice deep inhale. Full complete exhale. Empty out. So you can feel your lower belly squeeze in a little bit. Pause. Inhale 1/3 of the way up. Pause the breath. Inhale another third of the way up. Pause the breath. Inhale all the way up underneath your collarbones. Pausing. And then slowly exhale the air out through your nose. And just a couple of recovery breaths when you reach the bottom at your pace. All right, so smooth, deep, full inhale together. Full, complete exhale together. Little pause at the bottom. Inhale 1/3 of the way up. Pause. Inhale another third of the way up. Pause the breath. Good, inhale all the way up underneath your collarbones. Exhale the air out through your nose. Good, a little recovery breath here. And then you're gonna do one more round of that Viloma breath. You're just gonna go as you feel ready. You're gonna do it at your pace, at your speed. And when you're complete with that, you're gonna move towards some kind of a Shavasana. So nothing is gonna change significantly, perhaps. You might just kind of stay exactly where you are. But we do want like the feeling tone of this to shift. So you're moving towards a place of surrender, of relaxation, of letting go, not having to control your breath or your body. This feels quiet and restful. You're always welcome to do a supported child's pose. That might feel good if you've got a table or a desk or a chair in front of you. You're always welcome to come into a classic Shavasana, so laying down on the floor. But connect with your breath here again. Bring your attention there. And it might be getting the inhales are a little longer, the exhales are a little longer. Almost like you're moving into that space, right before you fall asleep. And you're just feeling really calm. And you're giving your body, your brain, an opportunity to assimilate all of this work that we've done together today. We'll just be here a few more moments together. Shavasana. Really give yourself permission to relax and to enjoy this. Asato ma satgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Go ahead and take a deeper inhale. And open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go, ha. Start to wiggle fingers, toes, circle ankles, wrists, just finding any movement in your body that feels good. Stretch out. And you will eventually land with your hands in a pile on top of your heart. Send yourself love and gratitude, send your body love and gratitude. We send each other love and gratitude. It's a gift to be able to work like this together every week to support each other. It's not always easy, but it does make a difference. Finally, just promise yourself that you're going to carry this good feeling with you into the rest of the day ahead. Finally, just bow your head with a smile. Terrific work today. Thank you, everybody. Good to see you.